my name's Hannah and I'm somebody who is totally obsessed with makeup. I am not a professional, I'm just somebody who loves to share with you my favourite looks, favourite offers, favourite products and basically chat anything makeup. And today I'm going to be sharing with you a Charlotte Tilbury holiday Christmas look. A nice and easy one, but a very glamorous and very glittery one. So if that's something that interests you, please carry on watching, and if you could like and subscribe, that would really help my channel. And so on to the video. Today I will be using this, which is the new Beautyverse palette. I will be using this on my eyes, mostly the mattes, and for the pop of colour I will be using one of the Hypnotising pop shots, Sunlit Diamond. I'll also be using this new product, which is the Hollywood Blush and Glow Glide palette for my cheeks and for highlight. And for bronzer I will be going back to an old favourite, Filmstar Bronze and Glow. I also have Charlotte Tilbury Lipliner, lip oil and lipstick. If you're familiar with Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows, they are so easy to use, and the mattes in particular are such a high standard. This one is probably my favourite I've ever used from a matte point of view because these are so easy. If you're a beginner you would absolutely love these. So I'll be starting with this shade, which is called Virtual Taupe. And this is a future matte. And if I tap it off, you'll see there's not much coming off at all because there is not much fallout with these at all. See now, as I put it onto my eye, it's almost blended in instantly. It's not patchy at all. It's just incredibly easy. So this would be perfect just as an all over, simple brown look. I'm using it to start to fill the crease area and build it up to the top of the brow. And this is my transition shade. And I'm using here the Sonia G Blender Pro, which is my current favourite brush for this area. There we go, that's pretty much done. That's how quick it is, it really is brilliant. And then using my Sonia G Pencil Pro, going back in with the same shade to go underneath here to make it all cohesive. So easy. And just do the other side. And now just going in with the brush completely clean to just go around the edges, just so it's a bit less of an obvious line. And now I'm going to go in with this shade, which is called Supernova Suede. This is also a future matte, again tapping off and nothing coming off the brush. And this brush here is my Rapha 32, which is supposed to be used, I think, for concealer. That could be wrong, but I know it's not supposed to be used for this area. But this has become a magic brush for me because if you put it into the corner here, I'll show you now, it virtually does the job for me. I think if you've got hooded eyes as well, it's particularly good. Just tap it in and it distributes it. When you're putting the darker shade in, it distributes it so nicely. Again, you can just see here how these colours just blend in for you. You just don't need to do any work with them, but the brush helps too. It's a very, very good, user-friendly matte and very, very helpful brush. Perfect combination if you just want a nice quick look. Now this colour I'm using to deepen is not particularly dark, which is why I'm going back in with a bit more, but I don't want this look to be very dark. But I would like to deepen it up just a touch more, which is why I'm now going to go in with the darkest of the brown shades. This one's a bit more of a reddy tone. This is another future matte and this is called Space Chocolate. Using the same Rapha brush. And look, there's just no patchiness whatsoever. See what I mean about how it virtually blends itself? With some powders I have to spend ages trying to produce this sort of effect, where it's all blended in without rough edges, without patchiness, but with this brush and this powder, it's just done, just like that. It's so easy, isn't it? So, right or wrong, whether you're supposed to use this brush for this purpose. I use this brush every single day for exactly that purpose, and it has been a fantastic discovery for me this year. I think it just fits this part of my eye so perfectly. You see there, just tap, 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 tap. It's done. Done. And I'm going to go back in with the Pencil Pro brush with the same colour, match it up beneath. And then going back in with the Blender Pro, nothing on, to soften the outer edges again, as we did in the beginning. Very important step, I think, in any eyeshadow look. Just gives it that lovely finish. It's all blended out. All of the brushes I'm using are linked below if you're interested in them today. So I'm happy with that as my base, and now it's time to introduce a bit of glamour. Before I do, let me just show you one more time the beauty of this. Just look how gorgeous it is. I've really enjoyed using this. I've used this a few times and find that this colour in particular is my favourite. But this one, which I'll be coming back to later, is perfect for an inner corner pop or for putting it right across the top. So if, for instance, my eyes were completely brown now, if I put it all over and then you put this one over, it looks so sparkly, it's beautiful. But I will use that colour right at the end so you will see it. But before then, I want to go in with this Pop Shot. More stunning packaging from Charlotte Tilbury. If you haven't seen these before, with all the little jewels inside, absolutely gorgeous. Again, this is linked below. I think these were out of stock for several months when they were first released in a lot of the shades, and a lot of them have come back in. This one's currently in stock, and this is linked below. And I also have a discount code for Charlotte Tilbury for you, which I forgot to mention actually earlier. 15% discount code, and you'll find that below. Right. So using my Refa number 2, which is for me the perfect brush for putting on shimmer, I'm going to start by using the Refa brush. I will go probably with my finger. Now I will tap off, even though the fallout on these generally is not too bad. There, how pretty is that? I love this colour. So far, no fallout whatsoever, even though I'm using a brush, which is brilliant with a shade like this. These Pop Shots, for me, are worth every penny. I love them. One of my favourite eye releases from Charlotte. They are a little bit pricey, but worth it. Worth it if you want to treat yourself. I've got some stunning shades. This one is just perfect. It could be an everyday shade as well, really. But if you want to really glam it up now, go in with your finger to see how much more that gave with my finger. How pretty is that? Again, no fallout. I think this is a perfect shade to use over Christmas. Not that it has to be just Christmas, but if you're looking for a nice Christmas night out look, this is perfect. It's a Christmas goldy colour, I think. What do you think? So pretty, isn't it? Again, so easy. Just blends in so easily to those mattes. And that look is almost complete. And these can be used as standalones. You don't need to add transition mattes, just I prefer to. Because I just prefer the way it looks. You could just use this only and then use a blender brush to just blend it up to the top. I'll just do the other side. And now using my BK Beauty 207, I'm going to go in with this shade here from the Beautyverse palette, and this shade is called Cyber Silver. And this is a crystal glow, it says. This does need to be tapped off. I'm going to pop this here. Look at that. So pretty. I'm going to take it up a little bit towards the gold. I'm also taking it a little bit towards the nose, just so that it brightens that whole area there. Just like that, see? And take it across into the gold a bit. And then, under the brow. And again, if you wanted to heighten that a bit, you could put it on your finger and just add that little bit more there. Look at that. How beautiful is that? I love it. And then just go back in with the brush that I used for the pop shot so that the two can be blended together more neatly. So they sort of fuse together. I'll just do the other side. And now I'm going to use an eyeliner. This is the Rock and Kohl eyeliner in Barbarella Brown. These are very creamy, easy to use eyeliners. I'm going to start by putting it here. And I'll be blending it out. Because I don't want a sharp line, I want quite a soft line across the top of my eye. And the same with a wing. I don't like much of a wing, just a small soft wing. So now I'm going to take this underneath and take it up slightly. At the moment that does look a bit messy, but that's where I'll just blend it out so it's more softened with the brush. And take a little bit under here, because this helps to deepen up the eyelash area and give you a more thicker lash look. And now using my BK Beauty 204 brush, I'm going to use that to soften it. I try to keep the darker part of the eyeliner to the outer edge, but I'll take it along so it sort of blends to the end, but the darkest bit stays here at the end. And then soften up here and across. See how much better that looks when you're softening it out with a brush, and you can see how you have plenty of time with this eyeliner. It doesn't dry down too fast and it's very easy to blend. I find that with all Charlotte Tilbury eyeliners, to be fair, they're very good eyeliners. So that gives me a sort of blurred wing, which for me is what I'm looking for, just a sort of smoky, blurred look, but not a sharp look. I think that'll do. I'll just do the other side. And that's both eyes done, and I'm going to go back in here with a pop shot using my BK Beauty brush. This is the 204, and I'm going to put this underneath to match up with the bow. And using the same brush, I'm going to go back into Cyber Silver just to meet up here in the very corner so it meets up with the gold. I'm completely matching below what I've done above. So that's the eyes done. What do you think? I really, really love these colours. They make me so happy. I love glittery colours. Now you could have done this entire look using Beautyverse, because they do have this rose gold colour here, which would pretty much produce the same effect, just slightly less powerful, less impactful. I'll show you on my hand what this looks like. This is still a very, very pretty shimmer. And this would work very well doing exactly this look. The rose gold in that palette is slightly more pink. This one is more of a gold, I think, which is why I've used it today. But again, it would still look really pretty if you used that one. And now I'm just going to add a bit of bronzer using an old favourite. This here is the Filmstar Bronze and Glow, and mine is in the shade light to medium. That's how it looks. This one I just find is particularly good for me in the winter. I'm using here my Sonia G Niji Pro, I think that's what it's called. Anyway, it's linked below, and this is my favourite bronzer brush. If I can spit out what I'm trying to say. Yeah, when I'm a lot more pale now in the winter, I find the shade is such a nice match, and it gives such a natural blurring finish. Lasts all day without being too deep. Perfect colour for me. I don't know if you've used these brushes, but it's like putting silk across your cheeks when you sweep it out. They are just magical. Completely addicted since I started buying them. So that's given me a bit of colour. So now I'm going to go in with a blush, and this is the new blush that came out very recently from Charlotte. This is the Hollywood Blush and Glow Glide palette. And this has become such a favourite, and I think particularly what I find is using this bronzer and then adding this. The two work together so well. I think they might even be my favourite combination for all year that I've tried. I'm using my BK Beauty A507 brush, which is a really nice shape for applying cream and powdered brushes. Tap off. This is quite powerful, so you do need to be a bit careful. This brush just sort of places it exactly where you need it, which is why I like it so much. Distributes it for you pretty much. See how being careful, that hasn't really given me too much of a crazy pink look. There's a bit more. Such a pretty colour, just look, I love it. I usually wear quite darker blushes, like mauvey, deep pinks, or browns even, but I love this pink, I really, really love it. I think it might be more suitable for the summer in some ways, but I don't know, I just want to wear it all the time. And I'm using this new brush here from the new BK Beauty Nikki LaRose range. This is N14. This one is very good for applying powders. I'm using it for the highlighter. And this Blush and Glow palette comes in two shades. This is the fairer shade. There is a deeper one which would work obviously better on darker complexions. There, look. It's just such a beautiful glow. I really, really love it. It's quite a small palette, but at the same time it takes so long to get through these sorts of powders that it's fine for me. It's obviously a lot smaller than the bronze palette, but still plenty in there. There we go. Tempted to put more highlights on because I love it, but then I end up going mad and shining from all angles. You have to see me from the sky, but we are going for a party look, so why not, eh? I'll take a little bit down my nose and a bit above the Cupid's bow. I love it, it's just a perfect colour for me. I really, really like it. I always like Charlotte Tilbury highlighters, to be fair. I need to stop now, otherwise I will be looking ridiculous. But if you wanted to see the comparison between sizes, this is the blush duo and this is the older bronze and highlight duo. Still, it's cheaper as well because it's smaller, so that's a bonus, eh? And again, all linked below if you want to buy any of these individual products. I've put all the links for you below. So the last step now is the lips, and I'm going to be using the Lipcheat in Pillowtalk Medium. So this is number 2 medium. This gives me more of a natural finish, which you'll see now because this sort of matches my lip colour. That not much difference. So I'm not really looking to line my lips with colour here because the lipstick, which you'll see now, does that all on its own. Out of all of the lip liners I've ever tried, I think this one's the best match for me ever. If you're just looking for a natural lip, so you could just put some clear lip gloss on after putting this on. Can't talk when I'm lining. And you'd be good to go because it just gives you that natural edge. I find particularly here I'm losing a bit of the edge. It's fading, so this helps to make it all come together. That's all I'll do for now. I'm going straight in with this lipstick, and this lipstick is probably my favourite Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, and this was only just released, but I absolutely love it. It's not an everyday lipstick, but it's certainly my favourite party glam lipstick, and it's this one from the new Elton John collab, the Rockstar range, and the name of this one is Ready for Lust, and here's what it looks like. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that scream Christmas? It's such a beautiful, beautiful lipstick. And I've always been a bit scared to wear dark shades, but this one I love it. I really love it. So here we are, I'll put it on. Look at that. It's like a rich berry. There we go. What do you think of that? I love it. And it does last for a good few hours. I've worn this several times and I've had a few meals and drinks, and it does really last quite a long time. It's very comfortable to wear as well. Very moisturising effect. But having said that, I still like to add a little bit of an oil or a shimmer to the top of my lips, because who doesn't need more shimmer? And here we have the Pinkgasm Sunset gloss from Charlotte. This one was a new release over the summer. I think this one is limited edition and it might be out of stock, but there is another shade very similar to this. It has a little bit of glitter in it, both of them do. I've linked below this one, but I do think it's out of stock, I'm afraid. But if you click the link, you'll see the other one is currently in stock. And they both produce a very similar effect because there's not really any colour coming off these. So as a topper, it's just given a bit more of a shine, a little bit more moisture, and it helps to keep your lipstick locked in. And see, it's just given a little bit more of a sparkle to the lips, just a bit. And there we go. That is my final look. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Christmas Easy makeup look. And these colours are probably my favourites from top to bottom, because the eye colours, I think, I just love mixing silvers and golds. I think they are so much fun and so pretty together. This lip colour, as I just said, I love, and I love the blush and highlight combination. It gives you, it's an all over glow. We've got the glow on the eyes, glow on the lips, glow on the cheeks. So the Charlotte Tilbury glow in full effect. And I love it. And I hope you enjoyed watching it and you enjoyed it too. Maybe you'd like to try this look, and if you do, I'd love to hear all about it. I'd love to see your comments below and chat about it. And if you've enjoyed this and you'd like to see other videos from me in the future, then please like and subscribe below. That really does help me to keep going with my channel. I'm quite new here, so I'd really appreciate that. And I'll see you for my next video. Bye!